when you were that young, was your development a lot slower? And when you started talking, how did that affect like your parents? Did you just move, like, was that when they completely diagnosed you, or did they diagnose you when you were younger?
They diagnosed me at 18 months because they noticed I wasn't making it was actually funny because my pediatrician noticed that I wasn't making the milestones that I needed to for a baby at 18 months. And I was really behind in the development. And I'm just going to say this as a disclaimer: autism appears differently in every child. And that's why it's called the spectrum, because everything is different. And for me, it was that I couldn't even speak. And how my parents communicated with me up until 4 years of age is that we used sign language, and we also used something called the PEC system, which basically is like, if I wanted something, I had to point to a picture. So for example, let's say I wanted a spin bike. I'd have to point to the spin bike in order for me to get a spin bike in me, for me to be able to write it.
Okay, so they set up picture systems like around the house where you just sort of like
Yeah, it was actually in a book. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So from there, how was your progress forward to where you are today?
Oh, it's night and day. I mean, from
Well,
there,
like based on where you are right now, I imagine, but those small milestones at age 4 to like elementary school, like,
yeah.
how was those steps?
Okay, so I mean, it just got better and better from there because I'm always learning. I love to learn. And I really want to better myself because I felt like for the longest time I had to prove that I'm capable of being a person. Basically, so I have to be capable of functioning in society and everything. But recently I've noticed that I just have to be me, and that's what my girlfriend showed me, and that I don't have to prove myself to everyone else. And I mean, I was always like, I have to be better. I have to be better. I have to find the next way to advance and advance my milestones. And I mean, I will tell you, it was a long road. I mean, I was in special education classes. I had private OT, tutoring, every support you can find, I pretty much had it. And because, I mean, I'm just going to say this for those of you who do have children with autism that were recently diagnosed, my personal suggestion is to get them help right away, because you don't want to have these milestones. You want to have these milestones, and you don't want your child to get worse in a way. And I mean, I'm just going to say because I'm not sure how it is in Canada, Sylvie, but in New York, we recently had gyms shut down for about a year. And in New York City, it was actually over a year. And we literally just opened gyms in New York City a couple of weeks ago. And now it is and I'll just say this, people lost a lot of skills that they had. I mean, one of my friend's kids almost jumped out of a 3rd-story window of a townhouse because he wasn't getting what he needed.
Yeah. So just one more question, going back to your parents when you were a kid, did they keep you very active? Like, was that part of your lifestyle kind of moving forward, like through your teens? Like, did you guys walk a lot, bike a lot? Were you guys an active family where your parents gave you a lot of, I don't know, interaction, like activities and things?
Yeah, definitely. I was active a lot. I mean, I'm not as active as I am today teaching classes, but I would say my real physical activity started when I was about 16. Actually, no, it was 15. But I was active my entire life. I used to take bike rides in the summer. I used to I used to walk a lot at Peninsula at the preserves by me. And I always found a way to be active in a sense. Even if it was just going to walk for a cup of Dunkin' or something.
Well, of course, that's always the important things. Like your coffee.
Yeah. Yes.
You need,
Trust me, I need coffee.
yeah, we all need some like a coffee shop to walk to,
Yeah.
regardless if you're going to get one. But so now you're like in 2019, you got certified. Now, were you like through like recently this last year, have you been able to do online classes for like autistic families and kids to like
Yes,
maybe
I
not
actually
spin,
have.
but like maybe your Zumba?
I recently just got certified Zumba in January, but this January of this year, but starting in January actually of, I think, yeah, it was December or January of this year. December of last year or January of this year, I started teaching for the New York Friendship Circle, which is an amazing organization that provides people with autism and other disabilities of that nature a place to socialize where they won't feel judged. It's run at the Kai Center in Dix Hills, New York, which is from Long Island, which is in Suffolk County, New York. But basically what they do is they provide social opportunities for people with autism, and they provide all different types of activities. And I was honored to be able to teach fitness for them of all modalities, not spin, because as you know, spin bikes are expensive and it's hard to get in the home. But yeah, I mean, hopefully I'll be able to do spin with them eventually. But I mean, and then also I was also asked to teach a spin class once at a local JCC by me for people with autism. They loved it. And really what I found in my personal observations is that people with autism like fitness, and it really helps with their overall social outlets. It helps with their mental stability. It helps with, and then also being scientific, it releases serotonin in their body, which makes them feel happier, makes their attention become better, and all certain types of stuff.